Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. There is a 12-year time frame for many veterans to utilize this benefit. It's a use it or lose it situation. I wanted to jump into this, share with you this information, and also, before we jump into it, I want to throw in a special thank you to Jarheef73. Jarheef, thank you so much for the super comment, super chat. I really do appreciate your support so very much. Thank you, Jarheef73. All right, so jumping into this, a 12-year time period in which the eligibility ends, and there's a couple different dates that they work from. Here's a very important aspect of this benefit. This benefit is called Veterans Readiness and Employment, and it can be utilized for all kinds of different things. I'm going to focus in on one, but there are actually 5 different tracks. And in fact, I'm going to pause this for a second, get those 5 tracks, and tell you. All right, so the high overview here on the 5 tracks are reemployment, rapid access to employment, self-employment, employment through long-term services, and the 5th one actually is independent living services. So many folks are not aware that there's actually 5 tracks, but I'm going to focus in on one here. And this benefit is so great because it can really leapfrog you into a way better career, better paying career than you have today. Now, there's a couple different ways you could look at this. Do you want to go through a 4-year program to get a bachelor's degree in underwater basket weaving and then go try to find a job? Or do you want to go something specialized? The example that I always give and that I love to give is VR&E can be used for the Automotive Dealership Institute, training you to become a finance manager. Finance managers are needed all over the place throughout the U.S., and guess what? ADI, the Automotive Dealership Institute, will actually get you job placed. That's one of their benefits that they offer you by utilizing their services. Again, the VA will pay for this training. It's a 1-month course, and they get you trained up, and then they get you hired out at whatever dealership in whatever state in whatever city. Now, the way I look at this is a couple different things. One, what if you want to move to a different city, a different state? What if you want to move across the country? The hardest piece about doing that typically is finding a job. Utilize this service to help you get there. Utilize this service so you can get the most bang for your buck at the end of the day. Now, there's a couple different things. The Automotive Dealership Institute accepts VR&E. They also accept post 9/11 GI Bill. Now, one of the things you can think about here is, look, this is a 1-month program that you could utilize to get your foot in the door to where you can earn over $100,000 a year. The average is over $200,000 a year. As a finance manager, I encourage you to contact the Automotive Dealership Institute. They are very, very, very veteran friendly, and they have a veterans liaison there that can help you and answer any of your questions, help you get your benefits squared away and all of that as well. Now, what can you do to set yourself up for success by doing the VR&E program, for example, and then getting the education training you need from the Automotive Dealership Institute, which their information will be in the description and in the comments? What can you do to really get the best of everything? Here's my kind of thought, and it really just depends on your situation. You could, if you have post 9/11 GI Bill, and if you qualify for VR&E, you could utilize VR&E to get this training, knock this out, get your job wherever you want to work, then utilize your post 9/11 GI Bill to obtain some more education so you can continue to get that housing allowance, if you know what I mean. So let's talk about this 12-year period. Okay, not all veterans are stuck with this, but I do want to share it with you because it's a very important aspect. So it says here, if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, Your basic period of eligibility ends 12 years from one of these dates, whichever comes later, which is actually in your benefit. Now, most people are going to qualify for one of these. There's two options here. Remember, it's 12 years from this date. It's either the date you received notice of your date of separation from active duty, 12 years from that, or it's the date you received your first VA service-connected disability rating, which is often the case. This is typically what most people will fall under. Most people aren't even aware of VRNE. So until you start getting into the benefits world. So whenever you got your first VA service-connected disability rating, 12 years from then, it ends. You must utilize this benefit, VRNE, Veterans Readiness and Employment, prior to the 12 years. Now, there could be some exceptions around this. And again, this only impacts those that were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013. So for an exception on this, it says the basic period of eligibility may be extended if the VRC, which is the counselor for the VA, for the VRNE program, finds that you have serious employment handicap. Having a serious employment handicap means your service-connected disability significantly limits your ability to prepare for, obtain, and maintain suitable employment. A job that doesn't make your disability worse, is stable, and matches your abilities, aptitudes, and interests. Now, what happens if you discharged from active duty after January 1st, 2013? There is no 12-year basic period of eligibility. It doesn't apply to you. There's no time limit. You can utilize the VRNE benefit at any time. Now, what I want to throw out to you is a couple other of the requirements here. If you're a veteran and you're seeking veterans readiness and employment, you're eligible to apply for the benefit if you meet these two things. You did not receive a dishonorable discharge and you have a service-connected disability rating of 10% from the VA. Then what will happen will be is that gets your foot in the door to apply. Then you're going to actually meet with a veteran readiness counselor who will really determine if you're entitled to receive VRNE benefits. Now, the way that the VA looks at this is really through the lens of employment, not education, right? They're trying to get you into a job that is more suitable for you. Let's say, for example, that you are in construction or you're a mechanic or you're something that's a little more physical, right? And that's your job, but your service-connected disabilities of your bad back and your bad elbow or whatever are really kind of wearing on you and you can't continue to do that job really any longer. Maybe, for example, being a finance manager where you get to sit in an office and walk around and, look at cars and talk with people and then go back and sit down at your desk and fill out some paperwork and get up and walk around is more suitable for your physical situation, right? So it's more advantageous with regard to your disabilities that you have, right? So they're going to go, that makes sense. Let's get you into that world. And they would then pay for you to be trained up to be a finance manager. And then ADI takes the reins, get you all the training you need. I'll give you a little snapshot here on a few things with ADI as well. All right, so being a veteran really affords you a whole host of different benefits, and many of these benefits go unused. If you are in a job that you are not happy with, and you think that, hey, maybe being a finance manager might make sense. I enjoy cars, I enjoy, trucks, whatever it is. And I can see myself being in that type of an environment. This could be the situation for you to utilize either your post 9/11 GI Bill or Veterans Readiness and Employment. I'm just going to go through this little piece here with you. I, again, encourage you to reach out directly to the Automotive Dealership Institute. Look, information's free. Nobody's going to be mad that you called. They're going to explain to you everything. You make the decision. All right. Automotive Dealership Institute is a licensed independent F&I, which is finance and insurance school in the U.S. for over 30 years. their automotive finance and insurance management training programs have been teaching students the necessary skills to become successful automotive finance and insurance managers, internet sales managers, desk sales managers, and dealership representatives. Their cutting-edge F&I management training program with all the training there is 4 weeks long of hands-on experience with 160 hours of state-of-the-art information being trained to you, right? So some of the things that they cover is finance, obviously. Finance with regard to prime and subprime, deal structuring, desking deals, prime and subprime lending, legal compliance, software for finance and insurance, software hands-on training, leasing, credit report analysis, loan processing and funding, as well as F&I menu selling as well. So it says here that you get the diploma, which they actually sent me a copy. So let me show you here real quick. All right, so this is the diploma, right? So this is the generic diploma that they sent to me to share with you. So they send you a diploma showing that you actually graduated from this school with all of the training. You also get a hardbound book, which is actually pretty sweet. So this is the hardbound book that, it's got basically everything. This is like the textbook, right? So, there's tons of information in here to reference as well. And then, look, at the end of the day, this is a school that's going to fire hose train you, right? It's kind of like a military school where you're being just directly focused in one avenue. It's not like a college where you're doing English and you're doing math and you're doing whatever else you're doing. This is one thing and you're really focused in on it. You get a big fat binder with all kinds of information in there to follow. So the information that you get and get trained on is exceptional. One of the biggest things that I think here that is worth its weight in gold is the job placement. Students who complete the program at the Automotive Dealership Institute can take full advantage of their industry-leading job placement assistance with an over 90% success rate, which is huge. Obviously, VA educational benefits make you eligible there as well, either VRNE or post 9/11. So take advantage of those benefits and get your foot into the door on a new career. And again, if you're looking to leave your state, leave your city, leave your county, whatever it is, and move somewhere else, this could be a way to leverage that. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.